This is the road that my dad told me to get out of the car, the station wagon. It's really bumpy right now, but my dad told me to get out of the station wagon. 1967 Ford Squire station wagon. Me and my brother were in the back seat. As brothers do, started squabbling and making noise and fighting. And he told me to get out of the car and walk home the rest of the way. So I got out of the car, probably slammed the door a little bit, and I started walking back the opposite way towards the church, which is where I just left. And he took off, but then he, next thing I knew, he started backing up. I guess my mom probably told him to come back and pick me up. So I saw this billow of dust as he was backing up to come and pick me up again. And I was walking back the other way. I was very defiant, I guess. I wasn't too old, though. I was probably maybe 11, 10 or 11. So I got back in the good old station wagon and we went home. So that's why I took this road so you can see it. So that mountain that's just up ahead, I might as well tell you about it because I might talk about it later in some other videos. But it's called Silver Queen Mountain. And we used to take walks up there quite often looking for nice rocks or snakes or whatever we could find, lizards, and bring them home alive or dead. And so we had some good times as kids out here. And that's a new power supply source. And this fence is all new. So we'll see what has changed out here. Just those solar panels. Oh, those were never there before. They got a nice fence to block everything so you can't see it. They're utilizing everything they can, the sun and the wind. Anything for power. Joshua trees here. They got a lot. They didn't have this. So we just hit the pavement. There's some pavement here. Just got up that washboard road. I don't see anything here. Somebody's car. Alright, so we're gonna turn. This road goes all the way around the mountain. They got quite a mining operation going on. We're turning left here. We're gonna go over an overpass. And then we're gonna make another right and we'll be heading closer to my house where it used to be. See you in a little bit. We'll go over the overpass here shortly. Some interesting stuff here from years, decades and decades ago. Used to walk down these tracks quite a bit. One time I ran away from home, and there was some trains parked there on the tracks further down up north on the tracks. I crawled inside to try to sleep because I didn't want to go home for the night, but eventually I just couldn't get comfortable, and I went back and slept somewhere else, like some old trailers we had sitting on the property. I just slept there for the night. Nobody knew I was ever gone. And up ahead of here was a small community of Mexicans. I don't know how many live there now. There's a lot of old houses, adobe style. Look at that, they're all gone. There's nothing there anymore. It's all tore down. They weren't worth living in anyways. They're just rubble. But nobody lives here anymore. It's all gone. Wow. Just one lonely house standing still. Right there is where some old friends used to live. Those should have been torn down 30 years ago, 40 years ago. They let people live in them. Sorry for the noise. Anyways, here's our turn. I'll see you in a little bit. Everybody's getting solar now these days. Now this Quonset hut there, that's been there for eternity. And this house on the corner, it used to be a green color, I believe it was. But it's seen so many people in it over the years. It's still standing. It's amazing. This is where we used to wait at the bus stop. This was our bus stop as kids. Wait here. It gets cold too in the winter here. We'd be all bundled up, but that's where we would stand. All right, this is the neighborhood street here. Not much has changed. There are more people that have bought land out here and put houses, but not a whole lot. And everything here is pretty much, original. Friends lived there. It's all private now and hidden. I don't know who is there anymore. Yep. And those trees are still the same ones. Back there, I think we still know people there. Know people over there. Sorry, moving the camera a lot, but yeah. It's a nice clean yard. Well taken care of. That one is where a good friend used to live. He died years ago. And this yard is still as nice as it's ever been. Must be the same. Somebody still takes pride in it. And that's still there. Amazing. And these were some nice people. They've moved away a long time ago. This you see the telephone line, the line there of the poles. Used to be bamboo. It was a nice green wall of bamboo, and it's no longer there. Wait a minute, I think it's gone anyways. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, that was it. Oh man. Wow. Oh, this is... kidding me? This is it. Wow. Those are the old poles. Those poles... Well, let's get out. Look. So this is where the pavement ended when we were kids. Like it shows here. You see that white gravel. Well, that house there, all that there wasn't even, it was all just like you see the desert out there. So we could go straight out there. So our house was the last house on the corner, but so it threw me off a little bit. This is it. This is where we had 2 driveways. This was one of them. And that's about where the mailboxes were. We had a nice rock landscape front here with cactus, and there was like bamboo. There's actually some bamboo here left. That's all dead. But this whole line down the road, there's trees here, nice big trees. There's actually just that left standing. We had tall, nice trees. Had all this bamboo. It's actually still some that are still living. You see here, they're all dead. But this was the cutoff for places where people live. There wasn't, you see there's nobody out there, but except these people. So we had nice neighbors there where all those trees are still standing. They just sold it to the wrong people. That's the problem. I heard they turned we had a brand new like double wide modular home. I guess they sold it to some like meth people that were making meth or something. That's what I heard. And it just gradually just deteriorated into nothing, which is what that drug does to people. Makes them less than human, less than beast. So we used all those rocks. Those were what my dad used. He collected them and he really worked a lot, worked hard to make a decent looking place. So definitely got to give him that. He worked hard and provided for us kids. Oh, brutal. Last I heard, this place was for sale, but then I heard that it was sold. So I don't know. There's the old water tank still there. That was our main driveway right there where those 2 posts are. It was well lined with rocks outlining the driveway. There was trees that were going down it. There was shade. Man, this whole town turned into garbage. People don't take pride anymore in what they have. It's all about ministering to yourself, whether it's drugs or whatever. Me. Let everything else go to waste. And this is where we had a 3rd driveway entrance. We'd come in here, and this would be where our property would start. And went all the way to those tree lines. We had plenty of room for playing, for running and stretching our legs and everything. We had a garden in the corner there. It was fenced off. You know, we had some tall trees. I don't know what you call them, but then there's a water tank. I'm gonna walk over there. Worst I can do is tell me to get off. So I'm not gonna worry about it. And that antenna, I remember putting an antenna way up high. I don't know if that's the same one, but regardless, it is there. Now this slab here was a patio that we made when we were here. We had an awning, and all of this was here. This is the block they used. This is where the double wide was resting on. It was really nice at one time. It could still be a nice piece of property. They just destroyed it. Just destroyed it. Had a nice deck. So we got some nice trees. I still recognize that little mound there. We had rose bushes. My mom had beautiful rose bushes over there. She'd wear them when they were blooming to church. She'd take one and pin it on herself. Still got all the rocks. At least they didn't haul those away. Here's the bamboo. I remember that light. It's all shot up. I'm sure some of those dings are our BB's shots. It's got power here. And all of this used to be a big shed, storage shed that my dad built. It was pretty good, decent size. And part of it housed this water tank, which is now totally exposed to the elements. Yeah, there's no pressure. And I think it's like the well. That's the well. So this is the corner of the property. I remember my dad, he used to shoot animals that were strays. One time he shot a dog. I don't know, he used a 410 shotgun or whatever. But he blew the dog wide open. His bowels. Anyways, the dog ran underneath, found some shade in the bamboo that was there. He was just blown wide open, but he was still alive and panting, and eventually died. I felt so bad I couldn't do anything. So, just another memory. Yep, there's the old fence. We used to have all kinds of cars on the property. There were some trailers that were my dad's mom that we hauled here, which is one of them that I stayed in. Glass. I'm sure some of this is from when we were here. There's an old sparkler wire. A line of trees, and over right here was a big pit. It was dug really deep and wide. It's probably about 5 feet wide. Or more, because it widened as it rained. But we buried all our garbage, so there's probably a massive garbage underneath this ground right here. We used to a burning pit. We used to burn all our garbage and whatever. So the garden was there in the corner. At least they kept their trees alive. They've grown, they've filled in more. There's virtually nothing left. I looked on Google a while back. Of course, you don't know how updated that, but it had all kinds of stuff. It had there was an RV sitting on here, a semi, and a bunch of other junk, but there's nothing here now. I don't know if anybody's got any plans. There's another auto part, an alternator or something, which I'm going to have to go to AutoZone after this to probably get a new alternator, because I think it's shot. Had a surge last night when I was driving. Accidentally put the vehicle in neutral as I was downshifting or upshifting, and it just revved really loud. Then my dash lights flickered a couple times, but then they were all right. But as I was getting down here to my hometown, Mojave, I could just tell faintly that the lights seemed a little more dimmer than normal. Of course, when I stopped at the gas station, went to start it, it wouldn't start. So I hooked up my generator so I could recharge my battery. Of course, that delay brought that. I don't think they were homeless, but they were in need, obviously, from what I could see. They were hungry, so it was a divine appointment. I look at it, because if it would have started, I would have been gone. Of course, I would have missed seeing that robbery as well. So I was able to help them out with some food and some other things, and shared some stuff with them. So this is nice. At least there's still some shade out. The cool feels good under here. Feels good. At least something's living. Still means there's hope. Where there's life, there's hope. So my dad had made a nice, it was like a pond. He had a vision for a fish pond, and it was dug out and everything. I'm sure a lot of these rocks were from that. So you have rocks lining several areas of the property. Those posts were painted white. There's still some white paint on it. This is some rubble from something, but there's some decent rocks. Really could be used to make something nice. So yeah. I was actually looking for some land a few years ago, and that's why I found out that it had been for sale. But then the real estate agent, I was in a different state calling, and she said she checked into it and said that no, it has been sold. And so I think if it was available again, if I had the money, I would try and get it. We could park an RV on here. Got power and it's got water, potentially, so it's got potential. You can make something good out of it again. I don't think I'm running out of video time. I have to download some of this onto my computer so I can free up some space. There's Silver Queen Mountain from this side. You don't see all the mining. Hopefully they won't mine on this side of the mountain, but eventually they probably will. There's that big hole. I don't know what, it was dug out years and years ago. I guess they didn't find anything, but we used to hike over across the freeway there, which is Highway 14. And we just hunted snakes and stuff. We had a good time. Hunted rocks. I still have rocks from when I was a kid. And there's that mountain down there. We used to go up there. My mom used to go up there too. She needed to get away from home, from the kids and from the husband at times. Alright, well, I don't think I need to go down there anywhere. But like I said, that house there wasn't there. And so we used to have bike tracks, dirt bike tracks and stuff out there. We just make as open space. We used to ride our go-karts, motorcycles, scooters, whatever we could get running. We do. Yeah, but not much has changed. A lot of times in the winter, when it had rained and then it would freeze, there'd be like ice puddles on the sides of the roads as we walked down to the bus stop. We'd break the ice like it was glass, and it would look like glass. We just have fun as we walked up there. And of course, riding our bikes with neighbor kids up and down the road here. It was pretty good. Got into trouble sometimes, did some stupid stuff, as kids do. But, well, I guess that's it. I'll call this the end of this video. And see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. Bye. Well, I was able to get the alternator working and came to AutoZone. I probably spent an hour here maybe. So it's easier to take it out than to put it back in. But it turned out it was the alternator. And he didn't bother to test it. I already had testers and I tested it already with my faithful volt tester. Voltometer. So, what time is it? I don't know, it's probably around lunchtime maybe. I'm ready to get out of here. I had a good visit at the old homestead, the church, and all that. I came to Mojave, California in order to take care of this alternator. I thought Mojave had an AutoZone, but they don't. So I'm ready to get out of here. And I'm going now. So I'll see you later. Guess it's I'm going to head to Vegas now. And this will be the end of this video. So we'll see you next time. Bye.